What? It's nobody.
Who is it? What's going on?
Who is it?
I'm really confused.
Is there a body inside there?
Ow! There's something in there.
Oh my gosh! What?
Kermit the Frog!
There you have it. Kermit the Frog unmasked last night on the return of the hit singing competition, The Masked Singer. And this season is bringing more mystery, clues, twists, and turns. Producer Chris, I never saw that coming.
I didn't
but,
either, Marissa.
Hey, it happened last night.
No, I know you said you weren't going to stay up. You DVR'd it. Did you get a chance to watch it this morning?
Bits and pieces.
Okay.
I think it was the Snail was the last act I saw after the Russian doll.
Perfect. So that was who we just saw revealed. So they told us leading up to this season, Season 5 was going to be a game changer. As a matter of fact, if I had a nickel for every time they said game changer last night, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't need to work here anymore. But they lived up to the hype because there were a lot of things different this year. We know there's going to be a new format with a wild card system later in the season. We also know that there was a new system for clues. We saw a costume chicken delivering clues that only the audience at home sees. However, the most obvious change was a new host right off the top. Take a look. So there you have it. Niecy Nash temporarily replacing host Nick Cannon. He's dealing with COVID-19 while they were filming. She's got the whole shebang. She arrived on set in a throne carried by 4 of those men in black. She also introduced the panelists and then kicked things off with the Group A's first competitor, those Russian dolls. Take a look.
A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
That's your voices?
they follow each other, run when you know.
So the Russian dolls, you know that they have to split at some point, so we had not one, but we had 2 of them. They performed Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson, an all-time classic, and I think they did it justice. Marissa, you can agree or disagree with that. In terms of clues from our little clue package that was still there, Russian doll used to be the hottest toy, has been doing its own thing for quite a while. They didn't fit in a box, so the Russian doll was cast aside. We also saw the steering wheel of a boat. The panel guests Boyz II Men, Lady A, Vanessa Hudgens, Glee stars Darren Criss and Matthew Morrison, Kevin McHale, Gwen Stefani, Tom Dumont. But my money, Marissa, is on producer Reagan's pick. She called this before the season even started. That sounds like Hanson to me.
Oh, and they did have dolls, the Hanson, and that's why I was like, I don't know about some of the other guesses.
She thinks maybe we'll see a third one. Third Russian doll pop up before you know it.
That's a good one. I'm getting on the Hanson train.
Yeah,
I can
like
see
that
it.
one a lot. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. All right, next up was the Seashell.
When he's calling for you, listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do.
So you hear her singing Listen to Your Heart by Roxette. She made a sultry little entrance. As far as the clues, we saw a hot dog before she says she found her peace by the shore. She says when her career took off, it was like a massive tsunami of success. She says she's worn many hats in the industry. We see a cowboy hat and a witch's broom. She also said she hasn't sang in a really, really long time. So the panelists guessed Sarah Jessica Parker, Anne Hathaway, Kristen Chenoweth, which I think that one, definitely not. Her voice is too noticeable. Dakota Johnson, Renee Zellweger, Hilary Duff was a good guess. Jessica Simpson was another possibility. I liked Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's in the Fox family. She did have a singing career back in the day. However, I also started going in a different direction, and I thought maybe remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star Tatiana Ali.
Oh.
So
I can see that too. I'm going to go with Sarah Jessica Parker, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Witness. We'll see what happens. All right. Third performer, the Raccoon. This was probably one of the weirdest ones we've seen in a while.
You make my heart sing. You make everything.
All right, he's singing Wild Thing by the Trogs. We see him behind bars in his clue package. He says he faced, it was the worst days. He faced death at times. His favorite story is The Hunchback of Notre Dame because he says he was a monster that was locked away. The panel guessed Gary Busey and Nick Nolte, 2 possibilities. Sammy Hagar from Van Halen, Mike Tyson, Joe Pesci, Danny DeVito. Marissa, my money on this one, Danny Trejo, the actor, former convict. That sounded just like him to me.
Okay, I was going to say Nick Nolte out of all the others.
That's another good possibility. He survived, so we'll have to wait and see.
Huh.
In the meantime, the last performer that we're going to talk about before the Snail was the Robo-Pine.
That's when you open up your heart and you told me to come in all my love.
Never Too Much was his song by Luther Vandross, and he knocked it out of the park. As far as the clue package, he says where he came from, he was forced to grow thick quills. He went on a mission to get on Hollywood's radar. A lot of futuristic things happening in this clue package, and an image of George Washington also popped up. Robo-Pine claims to be 60 years old with grandkids, but the panel had a hard time believing that. In terms of guesses, they went with Idris Elba, Donald Glover, Jamie Foxx, which gotta have a Jamie Foxx mention every single season. In fact, they had a jar. It was like a punishment jar. Every time someone guesses Jamie Foxx, they have to put 50 bucks in it. Lionel Richie, and my favorite guess was Robin Thicke. He went with Washington, D.C.'s own Genuine. However, the internet seemed that could be a Hamilton reference with that George Washington statue. Christopher Jackson from the hit play. That's another possibility. None of those guys are 60 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say that. But whoever it is, Chris, they can really sing because that's not an easy song to sing. So it's a professional singer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about the Snail. We saw it was Kermit the Frog. He performed You Make My Dreams Come True by Hall & Oates. After the fact, it's pretty obvious. He's rubbed elbows with everyone from Robert De Niro to Lady Gaga to Michelle Obama. We saw a teddy bear in the clue package that ended up being a reference to Fozzie Bear. There was also a stage that looked like The Tonight Show, which is why the panelists guessed Jay Leno as one of their mentions. He also said he was an actor, a producer, basically has done everything in Hollywood. After the show, he talked about being on it and the experience.
Okay, I remember seeing meatballs in the clue package. I'm like, a chef? There were so many things there.
I know.
I am thrilled to have my head out from inside a snail. I mean, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live in there. It's kind of nice to work anonymously. That way, if the material doesn't go over, I don't get blamed. At least not till the end. Like now. You know, I do think that the panelists were surprised, and I really hope that my being the first non-human celebrity guest will start a trend on the show.
Marissa, definitely a game changer. You know, Robin Thicke actually thought that might be Family Guy's Seth MacFarlane doing a Kermit voice. So they were on the right track. They were just a little surprised, just like we were, to actually see Kermit. We'll get another Group B performances coming up next Wednesday right here on Fox 5.
Oh, that's going to be great. I love Kermit, but I'm kind of glad he was sent off because I would have been upset if Kermit the Frog won the whole thing. I'm just saying.
Look, I couldn't guess who they were when it was all real people. Now we're adding puppets to the mix. I mean, like Alf, could that be an option? Or Howdy Doody?
I hope so.
Or, I mean, the pool just got so much bigger.
Game changer.
They did say that.
All right, thanks, guys.